and play 1,000 horse. Supercharged Hellephant crate Hemi engine.
Hey, welcome to Speedy's Garage, everybody. I normally don't do videos during the week. I normally publish them on the weekend, but there's a special announcement coming from Mopar today. As you might have seen on social media, we got a little teaser. I'm not really sure what they're going to talk about, but it must be something pretty big. Every year at Sema, they tend to make a big announcement. So this announcement's coming from Sema 2018, obviously. So they sent out a link with a live feed, and I've logged in here now, and I'm just kind of waiting on them to get started. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a little video and see what see what they're going to do. So here comes the lead of SRT.
Taking over Mopar North America. So I'm going to keep the horsepower revving on this side of the pond while Pietro stokes the global fires from Italy. But before passing the baton, Pietro told me there's two things that I have to do at Sema. Number one is keep the tradition of starting at 426, and we did that. Number two is to always make sure we bring a big announcement, and trust me, I have one. So Mopar always say something special for Sema. It's because Sema is the ultimate.
Steve Beam's coming in. He's talking about, looks like they got a car covered up. We're going to see what they're going to say for our big announcement here. They'll probably take a couple minutes to talk through some stuff.
Horsepower, Hemi crate engines, Hell crate. Back in 2016 at Sema, we gave you the free.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 1968 Dodge Supercharger concept. Hey, Joe's actually in the audience somewhere. Where are you at, Joe? There he is right there. Let's give a round of applause to Joe and his team. I mean, look at that masterpiece. If this vehicle doesn't get your pulses racing, I'm not sure what will. This is just what you call a showstopper. And if the show ended right here, I would consider it a success. However, Mopar has never been satisfied with doing the expected. Yes, this supercharger concept is beautiful. It's the perfect package where heritage meets modern styling, but it's just not the wrapping that's important, but it's also about what's under the hood.
And as you watched, you knew something big was coming. Well, the wait is over. Roll the video. Introducing another first from Mopar. Plug and play, 1,000 horse. Supercharged Hellephant crate Hemi engine.
GoPro, stop recording.
1,000 horsepower Mopar 426 supercharged Hellephant crate Hemi engine. That's right, this Mopar Hellephant crate Hemi engine delivers a staggering 1,000 horsepower along with 950 pound-feet of torque. This Hellephant is a beast. The Hellephant reaches the 1,000 horsepower mark through an aluminum block engine that delivers massive weight savings because we wanted to keep this Hellephant light. Bulked up displacement, and we even added an upgraded supercharger. To give your track rivals a signal that we're packing something special under the hood, the unique Hellephant logo, tribute to the legendary 1964 Mopar 426 engine, affectionately named the Hellephant for its size and power. Combined with the Hellephant crate Hemi engine kit, 1,000 horsepower can easily be dropped under the hood of a pre-1976 street vehicle or an off-road vehicle. The Hellephant crate Hemi engine kit will be on sale early next year, so check out cratehemi.com for more information. Well, we'd like to think the Hellephant is a very special gift, and all the performance lovers out there, but what's a gift if you can't open it up and play with it? So I think we should fire this thing up.
Now the fire marshal is gonna come.
There you go. Listen to that. Listen to that. Come on, now give it a round.
All right, so wow, a 1,000 horsepower, 950 foot-pound of torque, supercharged aluminum, 426 from Mopar as a crate engine. I'm not even sure what to say. It just blows my mind, to be honest. I knew they were pushing the envelope when they came out with the Hellcat 707 horsepower. They pushed it further when they came out with the Demon 840. They're pushing it again now that they've come out with the Red Eye. They're putting the Demon engine in the Red Eye, and it's what, 797, so it might as well be 800 horsepower. And now they've got a 1,000 horsepower crate engine, a 426 at that. It's pretty cool that they made the announcement at 4:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That wasn't unique to this particular announcement. That's just when they usually make announcements. But I kind of like that Dodge tends to have a sense of humor, especially when it comes to this kind of thing. And they've nicknamed, or they've labeled the engine the Hellephant, which means it's a mixture of the Hellcat and the Elephant 426. The Elephant nomenclature goes back to the 60s and 70s when they had the 426 Hemi, and it was called the Elephant, or nicknamed the Elephant, because it was such a big engine. So really cool, they're paying homage to that. They've got an upgraded supercharger, is what he said on there. I'm not sure how much boost, but 1,000 horsepower. I'm just mind blown, literally, at what they've done there. I need to do some research on that engine and take a look at some of the specs. I'm sure they're out now, so I'm gonna go Google some of that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Made some notes I can share with you guys. So like I said, the name of the engine is the Hellephant. They have a special logo to go with that. It is based on the 6.2 liter, but is upped to 7.0 liters. That makes the 426 cubic inch. And I read that it's a little bit larger than 426, maybe like 428 and change. It's a 4-inch stroke and 4.125 inch bore. It's an aluminum block from the drag pack, and that'll shave about 100 pounds versus an iron block engine. The valve train, which means the heads and the springs and things like that, are from the Demon, and it includes what they're calling a high lift cam. I'm sure those specs will come out later, but I'm curious what the cam is. It sounded pretty nasty on the engine stand there when they demoed it, so curious about that. They're claiming it will be plug and play, which means it will include a power control, or a powertrain control module, a power distribution center, the engine harness, the chassis harness, the pedal, because a lot of these are fly-by-wire now, so it's a pedal with a module that actually communicates with the throttle body, O2 sensors, etc. So all of that's going to be included. They're being marketed and sold right now for pre-1976, which means they're excluded from emissions, and off-road vehicles only. I can only imagine it's a matter of time before we start seeing people drop these into their modern cars, so I'll be keeping my eye out for that. Makes sense to me. I mean, if you want 1,000 horsepower, go out and get one of these and drop it in, you're good to go, as long as you got the rest of your drivetrain can support that much horsepower and torque. Mopar is going to offer a front accessory drive kit for it as well, so you can get your power steering pump, your alternator, etc., water pump and all that working. Shouldn't be a problem there. And looking back at what they did, the Hell Crate, which was the Hellcat crate engine, which was announced at SEMA 2017, 707 horsepower, that thing was $20,000 right about. No telling what this engine is going to cost, considering it's an aluminum block. Aluminum block's 3 or 4 times more expensive than an iron block. New supercharger and all that. So I'm going to speculate, and I'm going to say MSRP of $38,000 for that engine. I'm going to throw that out there, $38,000. They may, come down or whatever over time, but I'm going to say it's going to start off about $38,000. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think it's going to start out as. We'll make a little bit of a conversation out of it. Curious what you guys think. And the Supercharger, which is what the car that they showed the engine installed in, that is actually a concept vehicle based on a 1968 Charger. I think a lot of people are going to get confused and think that that motor is actually going to be offered in that car. Nope, that's a concept car. We'll probably never see the light of day from a production standpoint. It's a one-off, custom-built vehicle, not a production vehicle. And as I said, the engine produces 1,000 horsepower and 950 foot-pounds of torque. Freaking amazing. So I'm going to wind it down for this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit subscribe, click the bell so you get notified of future content. Check us out on Instagram. It's at Speedys_garage, as well as the website www.speedysgarage.net. And leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about what Dodge might do with this engine. Do you think they're going to put it in a future vehicle? I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know if they will or not. 1,000 horsepower is a lot. A lot of people think, 707. I mean, those of you that have Hellcats and Demons, you know how much horsepower that is. If you've built a car that has that much horsepower, it's a lot. And you're talking about 30%, you know, or I'm sorry, not 30%, but 40%-ish more than that. So let's say 300 and plus horsepower more. It's a lot. It's a lot to be riding around on, especially on street tires and whatnot. So I'd be curious how they would ever offer that in a production vehicle that you could go out and buy. But would they build something like that and put the R&D into something like that if they weren't going to put it in a mass-produced vehicle where they could recoup some of that R&D investment? So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think they're going to do there. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you out there.